Alright, boys and girls, welcome. My name is Sloth, this is the Sloth Forge, and thanks a lot for stopping by. Yes, actually a video from Sloth Forge. It's like, as you can see, 4 months ago, probably actually more like 5 months ago since I made my last videos. And there are various reasons why I disappeared. And I don't want to bore you with those reasons. Just to make it just really quick, there was some extremely good job offering from me, where I just had to shift my priorities heavily. And also, I think it's also a big reason why I stopped making content. It's just because I stopped playing Dragonheir, Dragonstride, because I lost interest once we've hit Season 4 relatively fast. I think you can call it the Season 4 fatigue if you want to say so. However, I always, every day, or at least 5 or 6 times a week, I thought about creating content. It was so much fun and I just missed it so much. I also missed the interaction with you guys. And so therefore I just decided to finally I just not decided, but I also found enough energy and enough self-confidence to sit here in front of my computer with my new microphone, which I bought for like this video probably, and then I pretty much never used it. But yeah, I am here now and I'm so full of hopes and energy and confidence to come back to creating content. And not only content, but also at least a little bit of Dragonstride content. But as you can see here, actually, when I created this channel, it was more the idea to make a general cozy gacha workshop, and not only for one particular game. So, and this is why I now decided to come back, but not only for Dragonstride. I will probably cover it a little bit still, but not on a daily basis as I used to. We will have a look how much fun it is going to be for me. But I want to cover other videos as well. Especially gacha games. Yeah. 1 second, please. However, this was just a really quick information for you. Because I think that most of you are only here for one reason. Because you care for Dragonstride. And maybe the thumbnail was it what catched you or caught your attention. Because I want to experience something very interesting with you. What happens if you skip a whole season? Because there was a lot of rumors that you can then just jump on a very small server. And I think this is going to be interesting especially for day one or hour one players of the new version of Dragonstride. Because we've been on those extremely competitive servers where it is very hard to reach like the top 5 of the world boss, or just in general to be on the very top of those leaderboards. And I think many of you actually would love to be on top of those leaderboards. Me included, honestly. Even though I'm going to miss my alliance, and I will most likely try to join back on my old server. But I want to have a look if it is going to be possible that we jump on just a random server. Just in general, how is it going to look like if you took a break for a couple of months? If you just pretty much skip a whole season, how is it going to look like? Can you just jump on a very small server with not much competition, where you can easily farm your Barenga souls? Or fragments? Can you still farm those fragments? Did they change? I don't know. I have no idea, but I'm very interested to see how it is going to look like. So I'm back in just a minute once this is updated. Alright, and here we are. Let's have a look. I just realized that the quality was a little bit bad. It was some weird settings. This is just my bad, of course, and I just fixed it. I hope that it now looks a little bit better, but I did apologize for the not perfect quality on the first couple of minutes. Oh, okay, we have another 6.5 gigabytes, so I'm back in just a second. Alright, well, stupid as I am, I just screwed up my sound, and the second that I logged into the game, I have no sound recordings from then, so well, yeah, I screwed up and this is totally on me. However, it does not change too much in the end. You didn't lose or you didn't miss out something. Just a long story short, you cannot choose a new server, a small server, if you took like a very long break, for various reasons. First, and this I think is a very cool addition, I think of course this is for every one of you who has been playing the game actively, without a break, absolutely not interesting, but for every one of you who took a break and you think about returning to the game or not, this could be quite interesting. First, we are all on the exact same day in the exact same season. All servers are now merged. Or not merged in the idea of a merge like you would probably think, but from a timely perspective. We are all on the exact same time, which I think is very, very cool, because now finally you don't have this feeling of missing out something, of being behind or whatever. And if you just want to play with a friend of yours, or you want to show the game to a friend of yours, even though you're not on the same server, it still feels like you can just play the game together, like you can experience the game together. So this is the first thing that I find is actually a very cool addition to the game. However, for every one of you who thought just like me, that it would be maybe a very cool idea to jump on a small server, you have no competition and get some free Berengar shards and whatever, yeah, I'm sorry for you, but this is not going to be possible. And second, are there good catch-up mechanics? Because I missed a whole season and already a half season as well, so that, yeah, 50%, like 50% of season 2, of season 6 I missed as well. Is there any chance for me to come back and to be at least a little bit competitive? And I think if you want to be very technically correct about it, then no, then you probably missed out on just too much to reach the top 5 or top 10 without spending a lot of money. But on the other hand, there are some very cool catch-up mechanics, or I'm not sure if catch-up mechanic is actually the correct term, but you get quite a lot of those brats. It seems like you also get more of those brats and stuff for returning, also just more double drops and whatever. So there are definitely some catch-up mechanics, and they seem to be at least quite decent. So if you just think about returning to Dragonheir or Dragonstride, then you can absolutely give it a try. It seems like they did some amazing new additions to the game and some quality of life changes, and it seems like they really still try to listen to the community feedback, which is something that I value very high. Also, I'm so excited for the magic chest, and I will definitely have a look into this as well, but not in today's video. As I said in today's video, I want to keep it short, just some small information for you about how it looks like if you want to return, and about the channel progression in general. So, well, stay tuned for future content, and yeah, just so that I don't forget to mention this, tomorrow starts the new beta of Godforge. I think it's tomorrow if I'm not mistaken, and as I said in the beginning of the video, I want to just focus on more games, not on one particular game, and I will definitely at least have a look into Godforge tomorrow, and will most likely actually start a stream tomorrow. So if you want to join the stream, or if in general you're just interested in a little bit of Godforge content as well, because you're also interested in the game, then stay tuned for future content and consider to maybe join the stream tomorrow, if you have time, of course. But well, that's it for today. Thank you very much for stopping by, and see you hopefully in the next one.